Now, as with every BI tool, in Spotfire also you have two high-level steps of creating a dashboard. First, to add the data and then transform it as required. And second, add visuals based on that data to create a dashboard. So let's see how to do the first step to add the data in Spotfire. Now, when you open Spotfire for the first time, this is the welcome screen that you get. You can see the recent analysis that you have opened, recent data that you have connected to. And then there are some sample analysis that are already built and you can open and see how Spotfire works. Also in the left, you have these recommended as I told you. Then you can connect to certain connectors that are present over here like Oracle, Snowflake, Apache, etc. Then you can browse any local file. Then there are other options where you can paste data from clipboard directly. You can load data with ODBC connection, add security ILs, and then there is an information designer that we will talk about. You can also browse the library if you are connected to. Also, if you click on the plus icon here, there is the menu bar that comes in, and there are the other options where also if you go to data, you can go to information designer as well. Also, you can click on this little icon over here and it will open the YouTube video which talks about what is Spotfire, and you can get a bit of help from here as well. So it says click plus again if you want to add data. So I will, so before I actually add data, I'll also say that information designer is again quite a useful tool. Very minimal documentation is around information designer, but it's a very powerful tool. So if I click over here, I have elements and data sources. I can create a folder information link, as you can see it over here as well. Uh, Joins, data sources, etc. So information link is nothing but an SQL which has all the columns and the path of the model and the filters that you have added. It usually works like a simple SQL. So if you have a SQL or an Oracle database or a HANA database or any database, you can create column elements and then you can create information links based on those column elements. You can add filters, you can do no, you can do pivoting, unpivoting, and you can do a lot of stuff right over here so that the data that gets loaded into Spotfire is filtered data or pivoted data. You do not have to do more transformations at the dashboard level, keeping the dashboard very light and fast. So this is information designer. You can click on create information link and you can add the elements, add filters, conditioning from the I'll say from the conditioning. You can go and add the pivot rules. It asks you for certain conditions. You can just fill in, and when you save the SQL and open the data, your data gets loaded directly into Spotfire. So that's what information designer is. For now, what I will do is I will browse the local file and I will add the Northwind sample data, which is a very famous database. If you have to do any data analysis on any tool, I would recommend you to use the Northwind sample data. I have also added it over here in this course. In the resources section, you can download it, and these are pretty good data sets to work upon, pretty light data sets as well, as you can see the size. So for example, I'll just click on order details and open it. So as you see, it supports CSV, it supports Excel, and it supports a lot of data types. So since it is a CSV, it will ask for a separator, and it has correctly detected the data types. But let's say order ID probably is an integer as it has detected, but let's convert it into a string right over here. So this is a bit of transformation. You can make it right over here before you even import it. Unit price is real, quantity is integer, discount real, which is pretty good. I'll say good. Let's go ahead and click OK, and the data gets loaded over here. And there is a bit of information as well. You can do more transformation steps, but I'll do that later. Click OK, and the data would be loaded in Spotfire. So this is one way, and it usually opens up at this place, right? There are three options, but let's talk about it in the next video. Over here, I'll just talk about how to add data, and also once you have already added data, if you want to add more data sets, just click plus click on the data source. Probably I would like to add another, maybe a supplier's data set. So just click open. It works in a similar fashion, and choose it, click OK, click next, and your data gets loaded. The second data table gets loaded in Spotfire and is ready for creating visualizations.